You are watching the Learn, Grow, Repeat with J. Marie and Laditeesh podcast channel. We hope that you are inspired, encouraged, and even entertained. Be sure to hit the like button, leave us a comment, and join our online tribe by hitting subscribe. Let's get into it. Hey, girl. We are back yet again with another episode of Learn, Grow, Repeat with J. Marie and Laditeesh. How you doing today?
I am doing just fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. I am really excited about our topic today. So, today we will be discussing basically just giving ourselves advice, giving our younger self advice. Um, what's the more formal title for this? Dear Younger Me.
Dear younger me.
Dear Younger Me. What would you tell the younger you after all this knowledge and wisdom we have?
After all this learning and growing.
Learning and growing. Okay. Still learning and growing.
Child.
Still learning and growing. But what would you tell the younger you? So I thought it'd be fun to, just to really dive into this topic if we broke it up into categories. So
Well, they say, what's the saying? Hindsight is 20/20.
yes.
So
Yes.
looking back on it all.
Huh.
Looking back on it all, dear younger me.
Dear younger me.
You know what, too? We both have daughters. So it definitely was not in vain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that we've endured, because we can definitely impart that into them, as well as our younger cousins and other females in our lives. So this should be a good one.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll be a good one. I think we should, start off slow.
Okay.
Let's talk about health. So, what would you tell the younger Laditeesh when it comes to health?
Well, the younger Laditeesh was Mocha 1806. Mocha 1806 back in the AOL, the little screen names.
Oh my gosh, AOL, that says your age for real.
It does. But about health, definitely, health is wealth. And I would definitely tell myself to, drink more water.
Okay.
Because that's extremely important, not only for your health, with cleansing and things of that nature, but also your skin. Like, that's like probably the number one beauty tip, you know what I mean, is to drink more water. So I would definitely tell my younger self that, and prioritize rest.
Yes, that's
It's
huge.
something that we overlook so often, and I shared previously that it was something that I would forbid myself to do in the middle of the day. But prioritize rest, because we need it. We need it. You are your best self when you are rest. You have rest. So those are the things that I think I would tell my younger self. How about you?
That's good. That's good stuff. I definitely would tell the younger J. Marie to.
Were you J. Marie back then, though?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't J. Marie. I was daughter. I was daughter 11. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I don't know. Don't ask. I have no explanation behind it. I was Lynn too as well back then.
I remember Lynn.
I was Lynn. First name Jocelyn, that was me. Woo! So corny.
Lynn.
But I would let Lynn know to really take care of your mental health. That is something that I have learned as an adult, and I feel like I wish I'd known the value in mental health. And when I say that, just from things, when you're younger, you really didn't have many responsibilities, but even those small responsibilities, to really understand how it's okay to say no, and how it's okay to not feel up to it, and to not feel pressured into things or into places that you just weren't comfortable in being. So I think that and just being conscious, like I did the diary thing to maybe 10. But I think that if I could tell the younger Lynn about the value of really just journaling and meditating and just being really mindful of just taking time to take care of you, it would have actually given her a lot of strength, and
Mm-hmm.
it would have made it more habitual for her as an adult compared to learning in my late 20s, early 30s,
Right.
the
Right.
value of mental health. So that's something I
That's
definitely
real
would give
good.
her.
That's real good.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's so important. So key.
Yes,
So
that
key.
mental health. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I would tell the younger me, listen, stop eating after 8. Okay, stop eating that fast food
Put
garbage.
the chips down.
Like for real, I wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
chip eater. I was an ice cream
No, I was
eater.
chips. I am a chip eater.
Like yeah, I would tell her like, listen, boo boo. Like you cute with your little 5 waist, okay?
Girl.
With your 5 waist, with your little piercing in your belly button, okay? Let me tell you something. Live it up, okay? Because that belly will never be the same. That stomach will never be the same
Girl.
again.
Girl. And then what the crazy thing is that we thought we was big and fat back then. Like, what was wrong with us? Looking back, I'm like, I thought I was so fat.
What?
I wish. I
What? Let
wish.
me get some 27 size jeans on.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell me nothing with my 27
Mm-hmm.
Parasuco jeans. My Parasuco jeans. Listen,
Girl.
young Jocelyn, for real, it's
Girl.
okay. You ain't got to eat all that crap. You ain't got to eat
Mm-mm-mm.
all that crap.
Mm-mm-mm. Girl. Girl. So what's next? What you want to dive into
All
next?
right. So we talked about health. Let's talk about work.
Hmm.
Now I know you started working early on. You mentioned that in
I
the
did.
previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been working a lot longer than I have.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell the internship Tish?
Girl, but I definitely went through the motions, and I would say that um, I did not come into myself in the workforce. Probably it was my late 20s, early
Mm-hmm.
30s. So I would definitely tell young Mocha 1806, little Letitia, to bet on yourself and to not sell yourself short,
Mm-hmm.
because I bring a lot to the table, like my work ethic and just how quickly I adapt and can pick up on things. And I'm a hard worker. And every place that I've gone, my employer and those around me recognized it and saw it. I just didn't have the confidence to walk in it boldly. And so I always had to like work my way up. And I was afraid to request things and make my requests known.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely tell my younger self to bet on you. The worst they can say is no. But
Yes.
like we said, closed mouths don't get fed. Open up your mouth and make your request known. Ask for what you want. And if they say no, go out and create it. Go
Yes.
out and create it.
That's good. That is good.
Go out and create it. So never sell yourself short. That's what
That
I
is
would tell my younger self.
that is good. That is good. I would tell myself two things when it comes to two things when it comes to work. Um, One is a little deeper than the other. So I
Okay.
would tell young Lynn to find a mentor.
Okay.
I would tell her it's networking and having connections are very important
Very
when it
important.
comes to building your career.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely tell her to really take advantage of those opportunities because she had a lot of opportunities. And I mean a lot of opportunities to people who wanted to take me under their wing.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason at that time, whatever that thinking was, I didn't take full advantage of it. And then I see people on television that I knew before they were who they are now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, that could have been me if I really took a leap of faith and truly understood the value of having a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I would tell the younger me. And I would also give the younger me advice Bring your lunch to work, girl. Not
Yes,
wasting money on that.
yes,
All that
yes.
money you spent on going out to
Mhm,
lunch, that
mhm,
money, every time you was about to go out to lunch, don't put that money in lunch. You could have been putting that in a stock.
mhm,
That could have, and that
mhm.
money would have been worth so much right now.
Yes,
You
yes,
know what I'm
child.
saying? Like that, you ain't have to have, come on now. You ain't have to have that McDonald's. You ain't have to go get
Mhm,
that Caesar salad with the chicken for
mhm,
$9.50 from the pizza
mhm.
parlor. You ain't have to do that.
Mm-mm. No,
You ain't have
I'm gonna
to.
have to steal that one too, because that is definitely a word right there. That's a word.
That is
It
a
truly
word.
is. It truly
You think
is.
about the amount
Mhm,
of the money you
mhm.
spend. And honestly, even now, I not now because we're in the pandemic, but what I've noticed is I would go out for lunch because I just wanted to get out the
Right.
office.
Mhm.
So one of the things I did earlier this year before we shut down due to the pandemic is I would eat my lunch at my desk and then go to lunch.
Mhm.
So now I'm out just to get out, but I'm not
Right.
hungry, so I'm not
Right.
hungry. Now,
Right.
God is not through with me yet. I may stop at a Burlington and pick up an extra
See,
journal.
think of
Like, pick up an extra journal. Like I got a whole stack I ain't writing yet. But the Lord is still working on me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But
Mhm.
definitely I would tell the younger self, girl, don't waste that money on that
That
lunch.
is so key because I'm telling you, when you actually sit down and budget and write down and track every dollar, seeing where it's going, and you tally it all up and see really how much we spend breakfast, lunch, dinner, you know what I mean, out there and in the stores and stuff like
Yeah,
that, like it adds up. And
it
you are
sure does.
100% correct when you say like you could have invested that or put it in a savings account, you know what I
Yes.
mean? And it could have just, girl, that is so true. That is so true. Imagine if you were saving that ever since you were 16, 17, and just stacking that $7, $8, $15. Cause I was going to Newport, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Popeyes, the food court, because I work downtown. Like it wasn't cheap. It was not cheap. So that one right there, that's a good one. And that's something we can utilize today too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's important. Like that's important. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Join the conversation by emailing your questions to learngrow.repeat@gmail.com. Be a part of our online tribe by following the podcast on Facebook and Instagram at Learn.Grow.Repeat. Now let's get into the episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Let's go to life.
Life.
Life. Like, let's talk about life. What would you tell the younger you about life?
Hmm.
Take your time because this one right here is heavy. Like, I mean, the growing pains. Seriously, like
Mm-hmm.
the growing pains in life. Life in your 30s is nothing like life in your in your 20s. Okay. It's nothing like it. I don't want to hear 30s is the new 20s because it ain't. It's just
Girl, it's
different.
true. Like real adulting. Like
It's
serious,
real
real
adulting. You
adulting.
can't you can't get out the game.
Throw
You
in the
you can't
towel.
do
Like none of
any of
that.
that. Like it's just like if this is what it is, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to deal, you have to play the cards you've been dealt. You can't fold. You gotta play the cards you've been dealt. But I don't like the hand I got though, God.
Listen, you
I
in too
don't like
deep.
this
You
hand. I
in
don't
too
like
deep.
it.
No
Can I
turning back.
can you shuffle and redeal? Nah, not in your 30s, bruh. Not in your 30s.
You got
Mm-mm.
to make this. You got to make this hand work.
You gotta make it work.
Hmm. I think definitely I would tell myself to, like, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yes.
Like it'll save you so much aggravation,
Yes.
heartache, and disappointment
Yes.
when people show you, not lip service. When people show you who they are, believe them and go about your business. You know what I mean? And go about your business.
That's a word.
Mm-hmm.
That is a word
Mm-hmm.
for real. That is
And that
a
goes for
word.
anybody. That goes for family, family,
Yes.
friends, boys, all that. You know, believe them. Believe them when they show you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And every time I see a post with that on there, I be like, come on. Come on. I be needing those confirmations sometime. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Just think about it though. Think about it truly. If you had that wisdom at 18, at 21, even, you know what I mean? Like it's just the again the headache and the worrying and the stressing and the disappointment and the anger and the back and forth. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. No one's perfect. You're gonna have ups and downs, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in every stage of life and relationships and things of that nature. But again, when people show you who they are, believe them and just go on. Because again, we
You can
talked about this before. You know, you can only control you.
absolutely. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what else too? You save yourself a lot of wasted time that you cannot get back.
Reclaim it, sis.
You cannot
Reclaim
get
it.
back. Like
Reclaim it.
it's oh my gosh, that's a word.
Mm-hmm. I think I will also tell myself too, and this one, like seriously, this is something that I am actually instilling in my daughter. Do it afraid. Like, do it afraid. Fear, so many times, paralyzed me growing up. And I would have so many aspirations. But again, that fear of rejection or fear that, you know, I wasn't as good as somebody else, like I didn't bet on myself. That fear paralyzed me from, and I missed opportunities. I
Mm-hmm.
missed opportunities. So I would definitely tell my daughter, and I would tell my younger self to do it afraid. Like, you know, don't let fear stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Do it anyway. Do it anyway, and because you just never know. And then that way, you won't live with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or I wonder what would have happened. At least you could say you tried. So do it afraid.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. No, because you got me thinking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's good. Um, I would tell my younger self to don't worry about what others think about you.
Mm-hmm.
And don't focus on what other people are doing. And you know, we grew up in the evolution
Mm-hmm.
of social media.
Oh
Like
yeah,
we were when it started. We seen all the changes. I mean, I had Facebook when you had to have a college
college account.
email to get on there. And
Yes,
now my mama in them on there. Like I'm
yes.
like, how did this
Shit, Gigi got
happen?
a Facebook page.
I know, like, how did this all happen?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I would
Mm-hmm.
definitely tell the younger me to not focus on what everybody else is doing. Because it's funny enough, the people I focused on when I was younger in high school, I'm like, oh my gosh, they got this clothes and doing this and doing that. Now, please, they watching me. Now they watching me how the roles reverse. It's so funny because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I should have just been focused on me and doing what
Right.
I had to do for me and not worrying about everybody else. But I think that's natural.
And it's a maturity thing too, possibly.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
power though when you realize that, you know what I mean, and not allowing the opinions of others or even the comments of others to really, sway you. I think at the end of the day, so long as you are comfortable with your choices, because you're the one who has to live with them. So long as you are comfortable with your choices, you know, and so you got to be mindful too of who you accept feedback from.
Yes.
Because every source, no offense, in the words of my 7-year-old, no offense, but like depending on, she says that all the time and then say something offensive. But you really have to consider the source.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I'm just leave it at that. Like you really have to consider where the critique is coming from, who the critique is coming from, the motive, the undertone.
Yeah,
See,
them
this is deep.
undertones.
I didn't think this was gonna get this deep.
Them undertones for real.
But
Them
I think that
undertones.
comes, you realize that, I think that comes with maturity. And it actually comes through experience. Because I think when you've experienced the burn, when you've experienced the two-facedness, when you've experienced the shade, you could kind of, foresee. You could kind of, feel, okay, that's what that is. So it comes with the experience, and that might be one we just have to live, you know what I mean, to really grasp that lesson. You might
Yeah,
have to go through a few situations like that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But be mindful of the source.
And
Be
that's
mindful of
and
the
that's
source.
key. That truly is key. Yeah. Hmm. Speaking some words over here.
Yeah, it's getting high.
Yes.
But it's like, for real, like we have grown tremendously. We still, we're still learning and growing. We say that every episode. But we've come along. We've come a mighty long way.
Yeah, I know I have. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Yes. Jesus.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Yes. No, for
Amen.
real, for real.
For real, for real. I'm not joking.
like for real, for real.
I'm not joking.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and then those lessons, wasn't it, like, they're not in vain. It sucked. Some of them really sucked, to go through.
Yes.
But to know now,
I mean, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
Well, you should do better.
You should do better.
Yeah, because that doesn't apply for everything. But when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And our younger selves have had to go through certain things to get to where we are now. But I want to talk about my favorite topic, though.
Which is?
Love.
Oh, love. I love love.
I love love too. Yeah, so
What would you tell Lynn about love?
I would tell Lynn about love that love is not a Disney movie. Being a Disney girl in Disney World every year, Disney movies, literally watching and seeing this happily ever after. I think self-consciously, I believe that was reality. Because when I think back at the choices I made in my younger years, I'm like, I really think this is about to end off with the villain coming and everything's going to come back together. He's going to pop the question and we're going to live happily ever after and ride off in the sunset. And that was never reality. I had to go through some tough things, especially when it comes to love and giving my heart to people who did not deserve it or who did not know what love really was. And I didn't truly know what love really was. So I would definitely tell Lynn, you have to kiss a few frogs before you meet your prince. That's the simplest way. I was trying to come up with something cute. I would tell her that, like, because my high school sweetheart, I just knew that was going to be my husband. And I'm like, when it didn't happen, it was like, wow, why not? So, and in every relationship afterward, I just knew they was going to be my husband. It's like if I was with you for more than a year, I'm like, oh, this about to be my husband. It was bad. Like, no,
I don't think it was bad. I think because you and I are similar in the fact that we dated with intentionality. Like, we didn't just
date to just
be with somebody to be with somebody, right? Like, when you was dating somebody, you felt them. Like, you wanted to be with that person.
And it was all the way in. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I always thought, like, I could say about 4 different guys in my lifetime that I thought was going to be it, but I would just tell my younger self to, like, listen, this is, I'm like I said in the other episode, like, I'm new to dating. I am truly learning in my 30s how to really the realities of dating, because I never really had to do it, you know? So it's, yeah, I would definitely tell, kiss a couple frogs. I only kiss a couple frogs, and until you meet your prince.
And see, I think I would add to that. No, love is not a fairy tale, but love is also, or shouldn't be, episode of love and hip hop either.
You know
Like,
what? Listen,
like
volumes 1 and 2.
no.
I know about volumes 1 and 2 of Love and Hip Hop. Okay, volumes 1 and 2, and I will tell the younger me, you don't want to experience that. It ain't all. It ain't all what it's cracked up to be.
Like that. Like
It's
please,
not.
please, young me and young daughter, you're too young. Like you are too young, and you don't owe this dude, this male, this boy. You don't owe him nothing.
Nothing.
Anything. Excuse me. You don't owe him anything. So please don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to minds. Like, girl, I am not looking forward to this, to that stage and phase. But, you got to be cool because it's a different time and a different day. So,
Yes,
and we were once there. So I get it. I'm not naive in that, in that way. But my child, younger me, realized that love is not a reality show in the sense that you got to be arguing with girls and no, don't even waste your time. Don't even waste your time. If he is not for you, he can keep it moving. He can keep it moving. You know what I mean? And if he wants to see other people and you're not cool with that, let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go. Let him go. You don't have to put up with any of that. You don't owe him no explanations. You ain't got to tell him where you going and how you no. So that's what I would tell my younger self. Like he has to earn it, and he don't get like we talked about this before. He don't get the benefits. He don't get the benefits.
No benefits package. Oh, now that you say that, I will tell the younger me when it comes to love. I would tell the younger me to always keep you priority.
Yeah.
And I say that because once I'm in with a dude, like that's my man, I'm all the way in. I'm like all the way in where I start compromising and altering and making changes of what my goals and my plans are to accommodate a relationship. That's why I think when I get cheated on, it hurts even more because it's like, wait a minute, I changed my whole life for our relationship. When now I know we don't do that. No,
right,
don't change your life. The relationship is additional, not a replacement. So I would tell the younger me to continue on your life plan and your goals. And as things progress while you're in a relationship, if you need to make some adjustments, then do that, but not prematurely. Not because you're in a relationship, now you're not doing all the things that you had planned for yourself. No, continue to go and do what you got to do. And when and the man for you is going to be doing what he got to do too. And y'all going to be able to meet halfway. So that's what I would tell the younger me.
Girl, you saying it. You preaching. You
Girl,
preaching.
get it done, girl. Go do what you got to do.
Yes. Yeah, you said that. You said that. Yes.
I'm speaking from such a true place because I had to learn that. I had to learn. I would change my entire life for whoever I'm with to make them happy, to do this, to do that, to do this, and then fall short on the areas that I needed to focus on. And as I gotten older too, I've met men. I dated a guy. He was a little older than me, but I dated him and he was very honest with me. He said, listen, I have tasks at hand that I need to focus on. And it's not that I don't like you, because I do. It's not that I haven't caught feelings for you. I do. I have to focus on the tasks I have at hand. And until I handle these tasks, I can't focus on the me and you. When I tell you that was the hardest but realest thing I've ever heard, it was hard because I didn't want to lose him.
Right.
but I understood
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, wow, that takes strength to
Mm-hmm.
be like, listen, I'm feeling you. I want to be with you. I want to deal with you, but I know this ain't the time because I got other things that are more of a priority for me. And I
Mm-hmm.
know if I don't get this done, I can't give you the man that you deserve. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically how I took
Mm-hmm.
it. It made me
Mm-hmm.
want him more. Lord
Right.
Jesus. I'm like,
Right. Right. Because if it's
you
meant to
know?
be, it's gonna be. And I know it sounds so cliche, but you know, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just that, like you said, it does take strength and maturity.
And maturity, for sure. For sure. And it's a, and I understand it's the risk factor. It's the, oh my gosh, but no, like when it's
That's
for you,
quality,
I
right?
believe that when it's for you, it is for you. And it's going to happen at the time God sees fit. So, what you choose to do after that is what you choose to do. But, once you understand that, I have to focus on my stuff. Like, it's things I got to do and it's gonna happen because I believe it. I feel like, listen, season 3, I'm gonna be up here with flashing my ring, talking about something, talking about,
You better speak it into existence.
talking about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, listen, remember in season 1?
You better speak it
Remember
into
in season
existence.
1? You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be in the studio by then too. So like, things about to be happening. Well, let me stay focused on the topic. So let's go back
I think that was it. That was life, health, work, and love.
in love.
And we've seen each other's journey. We had the privilege of witnessing each other's evolution and still the process of growing. And I'm reminiscing and thinking back on Lynn and just how far you've come.
She off the chain.
Lynn was something.
Lynn was off the hook.
But it's
Lynn
a
was
beautiful
Moesha for
thing.
real.
It truly is a beautiful thing. It truly is how much we've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, it's one thing to go through something, but if you didn't take anything from that, if you didn't learn anything from that, you're repeating the same things over and over again. Um, where's the growth?
Absolutely. And we can't too, but you have to be patient with yourself
With
as
yourself,
well.
absolutely.
Because just because you made a mistake, not even a mistake, you made a poor choice and you do the same thing again, maybe
Mm-hmm.
in a different way. Be patient with yourself because once you recognize that,
Mm-hmm.
the key is recognizing it
Yeah, that's
because
the first
you'll
step.
keep doing it if you don't recognize there's nothing wrong
Mm-hmm.
with it. But once
Right.
you realize something is wrong, then you'll start to try to make different decisions. So like for anyone that's listening or
Mm-hmm.
watching, I just want to encourage you, like, it's okay. Listen, DM me. I got some stories. Because for real, like when I say I am truly still growing and learning, and sometimes I fall short and I look back and be like, come on, better, Jocelyn. For real, better. So we all fall short at times. There's no one who is walking this earth that is perfect. There's no one who hasn't made the same mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got to be aware
Mm-hmm.
and work through it and try again. So when you're faced with it again, you'll know, like, oh, wait a minute, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Yup, this
Yeah.
real familiar territory. I'm going to not pass go. I'm not passing go. Don't give me the
Or on the
$200.
flip side, sprint past go. Like sprint past it. You know what I
Like,
mean?
for real.
Like it depends on the situation. Because like I said, from a person who has tiptoed around situations and didn't bet on herself when I knew I could bring it, when I knew
Mm-hmm.
those missed opportunities, like so going through it and understanding when you need to don't pass go
Mm-hmm.
and understanding when you need to sprint past it and bet on yourself, sis. Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself. All right, that was good. That was a good episode. that was a good.
I
That was
say
a good
so myself. That
conversation.
was a good
I
episode.
mean, I mean,
It's real. It's real. Dear younger me. And
dear
and the
me.
process continues. And the process continues.
All right, we'll catch y'all next week. Peace.